Hi, this is Alix Paultre with Open Systems Media and Embedded Computing Design, and I'm here at the APEC show at the United SiC booth with my dear friend Chris Dries. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing very well. In fact, Chris was on my panel yesterday on wide bandgap semiconductors, and actually it's very appropriate we're here this morning because there's been a lot of promise about wide bandgap, but what's happening today?
Well, I mean, we're replacing silicon with silicon carbide all over the world right now. And so we've been very lucky to have some customers provide us with some hardware to actually show and exhibit and show how our devices are actually working for them.
Very cool. Look, because nothing proves more than an actual prototype or a device with your stuff in it. Can you show us a couple of the ones you're really proud of?
Yeah, sure. So, one of the first great applications for our 650 volt FETs is in server power supplies. So here we've actually brought a power supply from APEC and one of our customers in Taiwan, and they simply took out a 650 volt superjunction FET, replaced it with our 650 volt Cascode, and got higher efficiency. They're able to sell this at a higher power rating in the same chassis, in the same unit, without having to change anything. It's one of the great design and features of our silicon carbide FETs.
Well, and that's one of the things that really directly addresses one of the big rumors in the industry that always, why aren't there drop-in parts? There are drop-in parts.
There are, and it's very, very exciting. A lot of our silicon carbide MOSFET competitors have to adjust a gate drive, go to a negative rail, and we remain compatible with them. If they win a design, we can still drop in for a silicon carbide MOSFET. But the real benefits for the industry are replacing silicon, and we've made that so easy for our customers now, both at 650 volts, 900 volts, 1200 volts, and 1700 volts. That was one of the big announcements that we had here at the show, was the release of a flyback portfolio. So we're actually now have a product range that spans all the way from, say, anything down to a 35 watt adapter up to megawatt class devices for big solar inverters. So it's, the breadth of the product offering now is pretty amazing.
Really nice. Now, Chris, one of the other, rumors or things in the industry about wide bandgap is financially unviable, and what about the companies, and can you stay in business? You have an announcement that can directly address that.
So when we started out the show with just some fantastic news for our company and for our customers, and that's a strategic investment from Analog Devices right across the aisle from us here at APEC. So it's the backing of a $40 billion publicly traded company that we've been working with for about 2.5 years now, starting with the Linear Technologies team, which was acquired by ADI. And what we can do together with their silicon IC and controller expertise, with our FET expertise and silicon carbide, is just enormous. And I think for us as a company, it broadens our reach in an enormous way, through their sales channels, and the ability to provide more silicon carbide value for the customer and higher integrated solutions. So now we're not just a discrete house selling TO-247s and TO-220s, but now we can provide that much more functionality. And the ADI team can actually, ironically, extract even more performance from our devices than we can as a single discrete company.
Well, I also see, do you want to talk about somebody else over here? I also see some big devices over here. You pick which one to talk about.
Yeah, so as we've been saying for the last couple of years, maybe a couple of PCIMs ago, you were asking what was driving the business. And for us, it's been automotive, particularly onboard chargers and DC to DC converters. So we have an example here from a customer in Korea that builds these DC to DC converters for Hyundai. So it's a high voltage input, low voltage DC output that incorporates our 1200 volt 40 milliohm devices. They have a smaller 3 kilowatt version that uses the 80 milliohm parts. And then what's really, really cool is a 5G power supply for 5G telecom that's incorporating our 650 volt FETs. So again, the adoption rate is really just exponential and is driven so much by the ease of use of our FET technology.
Very nice. Now, where can people go to get more information?
So straight to the website at www.unitedsic.com. We have stock available at Mauser.com and at Richardson Electronics, which is a global distributor for us. So go check it out right on the web. You'll get all the information and design help you need.
Very cool. Any last words for our audience, Chris?
No, it's silicon carbide is here. It's accelerating. We're past the inflection point, and we're looking at a multi-billion-dollar industry in the next several years.
I can get behind that.
All right, thanks, Alex. Thanks for stopping by.
And thanks for having me.